Good afternoon, church family. Today is Monday, the 6th of December, and I am so glad to be able to get in touch with you today through the miracle of the internet. What a great tool the Lord has given to us to be able to communicate on a regular basis, to be able to share what's going on and keep everybody in tune, at least everybody that'll sit down and watch the video. So I'm grateful to be able to have this opportunity. I'm grateful for the folks who have worked and given and made things possible for us to be able to do this. And we've got a really good audiovisual group here that keep us able to communicate with you, and so I'm grateful for that. Today is going to be a little bit of a different kind of update. Typically, I tell you about our worship time, which was great, and I talk to you about the things that are upcoming. And there's time for that, and there's room for that. There are things that are going to be going on over the next few weeks. But what I'd really like to do today is to make you aware of something that's going on, and invite you to be a part of our process here at First Baptist Church Concord. So let me just get right to it. Yesterday we had a deacons meeting, and coming out of the deacons meeting are going to be several recommendations that are going to be presented to the church on a special church conference on Wednesday night, the 22nd of December. Now, it's possible that just last week I told you that we were going to take December 22nd off that Wednesday night, that we weren't going to do anything, and because we're going to have our Christmas Eve service on that Friday, the 24th, we weren't going to do anything on the 22nd. And that was true until yesterday. But because of some of the exciting things that are coming out of our deacon body, and I'll explain that in just a second, and let you know that they weren't originally in our deacon body, but our deacons are bringing these forth as a recommendation to you. Because of all of that, we need to have a special called church conference Wednesday night, December 22nd at 6:30 in the evening. There will not be anything else on that evening. So we won't have RASGAs, we won't have youth, we won't have prayer time, Bible study, we won't have a dinner, but we will have a special called church conference. And then if it ends quickly enough, I'll do a brief time of devotion afterwards and pray with you. But the real cause for us coming together will be these two recommendations that are coming out of our deacon body to the church. The first one is they are going to recommend that the church adopt the campus enhancement project that's coming from several different committees. I'll tell you about those committees in just a second. But there is a presentation that will be made about some of the progress we need to make on our church campus, and so that'll be one. The second one will be a recommendation from the church or from the deacon body to rescind our mission fund spending policy that was passed in 2013 but was never really implemented. It was implemented in 2014, and in the years following, it was just left out. So much so that when I came as your pastor in 2017, I had heard about it, but I had never seen it in action. And so from 2017 until now, I've not seen that in action. But so the deacons are going to recommend that we rescind that. And the main reason is we have our Mission First offering in place, which is every year multiplying what we can do with our mission dollars in a way that this mission fund policy of 2013 never would have done. It would have exhausted its money and have been done with it in a 15-year period. So by 2028, that policy would have ended anyhow. What the deacons are going to recommend is that they stop it, that we stop it earlier. And let our Mission First offering take the lead in our mission funding. The proposal that's going to come that night on the 22nd of December is going to cover the following: the two sets of main bathrooms, the ones in the office hall or the educational building hall, if you will, right outside the fellowship hall, and then the ones in the sanctuary main floor. Those two sets of bathrooms will be upgraded, updated, painted, floored, new stalls, new fixtures, the whole thing. The flooring throughout the sanctuary and the main corridors of the education building, all of that flooring will be redone in the sanctuary, around the sanctuary, and then the hallways leading out of the sanctuary. So all of that will be redone. The church office and the bridal parlor will be redone. The bridal parlor is the main conference room alongside of being a bridal parlor, and so it will be updated. The office, this first glimpse that visitors and guests have of our business practices, that'll be updated. And then the sanctuary inside, the pews and the furniture will be reupholstered, refinished to make it look better. So the whole of our meeting space on that end will be redone. It's an aggressive project, but it's a much needed project. It's one that is going to be significant, and we are going to be able to tell. New lighting, just the whole thing. It'll be a great, great thing. So the reason why we have to have a special called business meeting for this is because, let me just go through the timing of it, and then I'll tell you why it's imperative that we have this special meeting. We've had a long-range team working for about a year or a little longer, year and a half, trying to figure out how we can affect some of this delayed maintenance that's been delayed for some 20 years or so, how we can put that in place. And so they've been looking at priorities, at financing, at those kinds of things, and we've done some of it. We've addressed the windows, we've addressed our chillers, we've put in a new stove in the kitchen. So we've done some things all along the way as a part of their long-range plan. But in the last 3 or 4 months, we've had a smaller team that's been getting quotes and filling out the details of this kind of enhancement for our church campus. And what the plan that they've come up with, the materials, the quotes that they've gotten are set to increase on the 1st of January 2022. Because of inflation, the economy that's around us, lots of these materials are going to go up. And by the way, if we delay much more, these price tags are just going to keep creeping up and creeping up. And so if we can make a decision as a church for this proposal in this calendar year, we can save, I'm going to make up 1%, but it's very close to accurate, but I don't have the numbers in front of me. Somewhere between 5 and 10% we'll save if we can make this change or make this decision before the prices change on the 1st of the year. So that's why this is imperative that we make this decision, that we have a special called business meeting or church conference for this in this month. So lots of excitement, but also lots of desire to make a decision quickly. Now, it's only quickly to those who weren't in the loop. We have had a long-range planning team made up of folks from our Property and Space Committee and from our Finance Committee to figure out all of these kinds of decisions. The deacons received this proposal yesterday, but only after it had been approved by Property and Space and by Finance. So it came to the deacons as recommendations from those two committees, which have been working on it for a great length of time. And then our deacons approved it yesterday. And although our bylaws are unclear onto the next step of this, in fact, the bylaws don't address something this substantial or significant, but what they do say is any of the giving or any of the usage of our funds beyond the church budget has to come from Finance to the deacons, and that's the end of the line for that. The deacons decided yesterday that it would be prudent for the whole church to weigh in. And so that's why we're having this church conference on the 22nd of Wednesday. It is of Wednesday, the 22nd of December at 6:30. And so we would like you, church family, to make this a priority. We would love to have as many folks as we can to see this project, see the proposal, to hear the excitement that's behind it, and then to help us make this decision on expending these funds. And so that's all going to happen on the 22nd. And so our committees have really done a good job. They've identified the needs. They've identified the priorities for those needs. They've made plans and detailed decisions. They have done their job. But because of the substantial amount of money that we're dealing with, we thought that we needed to hear from our church family. So please, please, please be a part. We really desire you to be there and help us with this decision, because it really is, at the end of the day, our committees simply work for us. They work for the whole church body. And so the committees are free to do everything that we've told them to do. They're free to make these decisions and to run day-to-day operations and to do those kinds of things. But they just want to make sure that the people that have given them their marching orders are behind them when they make these decisions. So that's really what this is all about. I hope that you'll be a part of it. I am super excited about it. This has needed to be done long since before I ever became a part of this family. But this will give our church campus a facelift. It will tell the whole community around us that we are serious about hospitality, that we love our community, that we want them to be a part of our church family. And they're invited, and it's inviting in the way that it looks. So all of this is part of our plan. This isn't the end, by the way. When we take care of these things, there will be more things that we need to take care of down the road. These are just the steps that we can take right now and really put this plan into place. So I hope that you're as excited as I am. I hope I've accurately communicated both what the committees have done, also what the deacons are going to propose to you on the 22nd, and also I hope I've accurately communicated my excitement about this whole thing. So come be a part of it. It is going to be a great thing. I am grateful for all of the folks who have given their time and effort to get us to this point. And church family, I'm grateful for your participation. I'm presuming that you're going to be there on the 22nd, and I'm grateful for that presumption and for you. And so I hope that you'll come out and be a part of things. Listen, things are going really, really well at First Baptist Church Concord. This would not be possible if God wasn't blessing us, both through our missions giving and also through our regular offerings, the way that God is blessing our church, both with His presence and with His power. And so all of this is a culmination of really some wins, some victories that God has given us already. So I hope to share this all with you on the 22nd. Please make plans to be there. Hopefully it won't be a lengthy time, although we'll be there as long as you have questions for us. But hopefully it's not a waste of time. We really want you to buy in and be a part of all of this. So come on out and be a part of it. I hope you know, church family, that I love you. I'm so excited for what God's doing here. It really is a joy to be a part of what God is doing at First Baptist Church Concord. And I hope you feel that way too. Until I see you soon, may God be with you. And I'll be praying for you. And I will see you on Wednesday night and then Sunday. Have a great week. God bless you. Take care.